we on the last trial of Turnabout Goodbyes already? I guess we are. For some reason, like, I had the thought that we just finished 12-2 or something, but... Okay, anyway. Personalization for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Fence is ready, Turner. Very well, apparently the prosecution is also ready. The judge here anyway. Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. God. I feel like my throat is not up to this, but oh well, let's see. Very well. No opening statements, so... Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course. Hi, Perfrog, what's up? See it now? I mean, fair, like, whatever floats the boat, you know? Oh, fuck. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. Wow. So let's say 5 the other day. Oh, there's 5 games? Wow, I didn't even realize that. Wait, is that... How new is that actually then? It's only... Wait, hold on, what are the ones in this one? It's the Ace Attorney, Trials and AAA, Sons, and then... what's the third one? Fuck, I forgot the name. 6 not counting the Edgeworth games. Silent Crusader, Silent Band. I see. Was just this for all the 4th game? Or is it the newest one, the 6th one? Or is it actually... Wait, no, Justice 4 is in this one, right? Hold on, let me check the achievements list. Was it in this one, JFA? Let me make sure. Hold on. Fuck. Yeah, JFA is in this one. Okay. So it's the 3rd game, I guess. Okay. 3 minutes. You are confident, aren't you? Order. Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Must you question everything? It will be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Right. My witness, my decisive witness to the stand. The mysterious Bochapona. Because I'm taking experiment. Oh man. And that's fair. No worries. Witness, state your profession. Oh god. I'm the proprietor of the restaurant, the Whitney Woodland Court Lake. And I are also rent boats. Wait, hold on. Oh, wait. Are you... Wait, hold on. My brain. Like, for a moment I just thought... For a moment my brain thought that you were answering Von Karma. Because I guess you may be aware, because like I'm saying the lines and then I said the question that Von Karma said and then you answered it. I guess. But it's cool nonetheless. Another incident, you were wearing the boat. Wait, you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Jesus Christ, I can't read. Yep, I was. Please testify. Wait a second. I haven't heard who this old guy is. Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Ah. I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. Yeah, right. The witness will state his name. Are you sure? What do you mean? My memory. Witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. There you go, he cannot recall his own name. Can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Yes, indeed, Pharaoh. Very well. Let's hear this. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we? Witness? It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight I was in the restaurant, where I rent boats as usual. Then I heard a bang. When I looked at the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. There's nothing to... Just... I hate this guy so fucking much, dude. There's nothing to question my witness's testimony. Here we go, no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict, now. Yes, but... Mr. Wright. Don't cross... Fucking hell, dude. What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well, you may begin. Ah! Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma? 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well then, let's just take our time. You make your section with the witness. Get fucked, Von Karma. Yeah. There's bad options that take me then. Oh yeah, I usually do that as well, but I'm just too lazy to save every time. But I do save in these spots though. Because sometimes it takes me a long time to actually figure this out. By your window. There, by my window, right outside the window of my little shack. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty archaic, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. It's a rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony. God. I have a bad feeling about this. The man was the defendant. Just saying I can't believe he's dead. Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dad? Oh yeah. Dad? Dad, tell him, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead, as I was walking by too. Witness, are you sure that this person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him, that Edgeworth boy. Oh god, what? This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. Carl, you lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall. I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. The better act quick or this trial is going to be over. Go north. We proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. Mr. Wright. Are you sure if are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun? And the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand? Exactly. It is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You're ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true. Does this was in fault? What should I do? Garner, this witness claims that's what said. I can't believe he said. But his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie, Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently you have yet to realize even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. It's no good. There's nothing I can do. Are you sure? Be honest. I don't know what to do anymore. Please. Do you hear me, sis? Please. We need your help. It needs you. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Enough. The witness may leave the stand. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. Nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. But, no. This court finds the defendant Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Okay. I guess we're going back. Case was a better. Oh! Okay. Wait! Wait, was it? Me. I wish I had a chat log, or the log of text, but... Oh, me. Huh? Where? Larry? What are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday. But today I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot. I heard it too. Order. What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I called for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So you say you heard the gunshot? Yeah, I did. The gunshot that night. I'm sitting here in the audience, listening to the testimony. Then I realized something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can just sit here and let you call it GM murder. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Order. Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over. Nick, this is it. Larry's given us one final chance at this. She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even worse. Besides, what was just declared guilty. It doesn't get any worse. You're right. Okay. Garnar, if there's another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now. A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned. Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now. What? The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. December 27, 28 AM, this is court log number 2. Phew, that was too close. Try to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, that's what. I've seen worse. You're right, that's what. You're sweating blinds. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Where was it like that night? Yes. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew to the lake. Alright. And he found the balloon at the air tank that night. Yeah. Okay, it's worth. Ah, you say something, right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Mr. Esworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What's that? Are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. And I saw the pistol lying on the floor of in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, right? I see. Right. Yeah. This might be our chance. Our chance. Karm has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. It's the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. It's that someone isn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. They're getting it. It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. It was 15 minutes, 15! Everything's on Larry now. 10:35 AM, just the court. That was a 7-minute break. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw the night of December 24th. Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I admit it, but you're our last chance. Montgomery didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edward is right about this being our big break. That night, I was out in a boat on the lake. I was looking for something and I found it. I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong? He's sorry, I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, you've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick. Where did the sun come from? Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. Look around, you know. Did you look at the lake? Yeah, I looked. Wasn't there a boat in the lake? Order, order. Well, Mr. Butts. Oh, whoa. Everybody says calm down, okay? Just real boogie that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not. Oh, okay, no problem. This is the most important part of this game. Oh man. So I heard one bang, correct? Yeah. Huh. Well, Nick. It was a pretty wishy-washy this one, wasn't it? I guess I was just not looking at the contradictions. Sorry. I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister. Wait a sec, Larry. What? You only heard one bang. You're sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. They weren't gunshots though. The first one was the... Phoenix already should know this though. But yeah. The first one was the... bang thing, whatever. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yonik, please. Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you got to treat me nice and stuff, okay? Mr. Butts. What? You only heard 1 gunshot, are you sure? I'll tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Oh my god. Eh? Not sure. How could you not be sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was listening to something else. Something else. My radio, dude. With my headphones. Oh god. What? Order, order. And stop that booing. Mr. Butts. You were listening to the radio with your headphones. Yeah, so what? Is that a crime? I listen to my radio, everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Some karma, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness, nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, do you continue the testimony? I guess I should start saving on these as well. No, I think I've heard it. It's all too embarrassing. In fact, I think we've all heard enough. I think, Nick, if you stop now, Mr. Esworth will be found guilty. Get to this trial right now. Governor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Right, leave it to me. And if there were any other way out of this, believe me. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an old request show on the radio, see? Listening to it real booming loud like. And I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. Listening to your radio at a high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? Can the man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? Truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe a Birdie's witnesses? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. True enough, it's difficult to believe this testimony. Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me? DJ? An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is, when he heard the sound, no music was playing. DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshots from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. Can't believe I'm continuing this, Mr. Wright. What did she say? Mr. Wright, please cease these blunt questions. What possible good could knowing what the radio DJ said was? Mr. Wright has a point. I'll have a question only if you see some reason why we should care. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if we didn't ask? Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Was it, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the gunshot. Are you sure? Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice. Maybe on Carmen was right, I'm not sure how that felt was at all. It's the most ridiculous testimony I've ever heard. But there's one clinging ray of hope there. I've got the president that will get to the bottom of the element. So you turn on the radio, right? I just wanted to hear someone's voice, you know. You don't know what it's like out there alone on Christmas Eve. Alone. I shouldn't have said anything. Do you by any chance remember the name of the program you were listening to? This has nothing to do with the case, Your Honor. Objection sustained. The witness was listening to the radio, that's all we need to know. Tell Mr. Butts, how loud was your radio set that night? Real booming loud. Yeah, you know. And you had the headphones on. Yep. I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all. Can you prove that? No, of course you can't. I can't prove it. But I remember that moment real clear. I mean, while I was talking about it, it came back real clear to me, you know. Oh wait. I should have realized this already. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? Looks scary, dude. If you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? DJ said, hey, it's almost Christmas when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. Would seem to be the case, yes. But he should have heard the gunshot after midnight. This photograph is irrefutable proof of this fact. Let's see what the time was on the photo taken when the gun triggered Miss Hart's camera. 12:50 AM. 15 minutes after midnight on Christmas Day. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Order. What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. That's... what? What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Buzz's claim he heard the gunshot before midnight? What? Don't load by accident, Jesus Christ. I was not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Look at this photograph. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24, 11:50 PM. Oh. But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honor. The real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It's why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor. This photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Aha. Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 PM. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that is the case. Then, where does it leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshot after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? Not at all, Your Honor. It is a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor. That night, there were two sets of gunshots, with a 25-minute pause between them. Why would this be? Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes? There's no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why, the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera. Hey, my nose was clear that night, man, clear! Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 PM was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any. This is my evidence. The murder weapon. Tell me about it. This pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. The third shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Order, order. That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots, separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 50 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why? I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. What's wrong, Nick? Have it. I don't remember. What? Huh? Remember the case with the steel samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? Maya? Yes! If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Etsuo's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm going to run with it. So, I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already got a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. Just Watson, let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? So, you finally realize the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong one, Karma. A man was shot tonight, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the fact. At the time of the murder, one boat was on the lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. I admit it is hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 12:15, but Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. It's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the two men on that boat are. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. What? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this. Bloody cross. Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. Murderer's name? Right, it's... What the fuck? I guess it is, then. I thought that was like... Fuck, man. Okay. The murderer is none other than Miss Lola Hart. Investigative photographer? Yes. You're saying that young lady dressed up like Robert Hammond and fooled Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, well, she did look sort of manly. I'm ashamed I actually listened to this other nonsense. Ah, fuck. Listen, you came to this conclusion based on a piece of evidence. That is this photograph taken at 11:50. If you didn't have this photograph, you never would have made this claim. Correct? And just who was it who went out of her way to give you that piece of evidence? Just a lot of heart. Why would the murderer go to all the trouble just to deliver you decisive evidence? I guess they wouldn't. It's alright. I'm going to penalize you for this. It's alright. Can you do it? So it's right there, bluff and bluff good. First name. Right, it's... Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Bah, again, you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not on a boat. What? Well then, where did the murder take place? Shows us where the murder really took place. Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing. We have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime. Recall Larry's testimony if you will. That night he was out on the lake in a boat searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned the boat? The boat shop. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. And who fired the pistol on the boat? Right. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but also do that. Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice, both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes. Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice. Create a witness. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensured that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. I see. Someone looking from the edge of the lake. It would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop, and he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body, and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Before objection. Bailiff. Bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker. Quickly. Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Miss Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said? Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important. I'm sorry, I can't say what it was. Governor, sir. But if we are conducting a trial here, I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. Jesus. What? What should I do? Find him, quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. God. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. We'll extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Understood. One more thing. Just who is the boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned. It's 1:22 PM. Yay, Nick, you did it! Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. What about Larry? There was something else. Ron Carver didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? Looks so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax. I'm sorry. But I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right? There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth? No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you to get off my chest, but I can't make up my mind. What's this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. Memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? Memory of murder. Well then. Yes. Wait, hold on, are we actually still... Oh, day 3 trial. Are we going to... Wait, what? I'm confused. Day 3 trial and then day 3 investigation. Are we going to like... I guess it's still the same day. Probably. Just... I don't know. Wait, no, tomorrow. They said tomorrow, so it's gonna be day 4. I'm confused. Whatever. 7:27 to 11 PM, Brennan call. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? Of a crime that I committed. Of a murder. You really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? I don't believe it, not Edgeworth. The painful memory has been troubling him recently, but he'd never take someone's life. Never. Think. Yo, How's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today? Right, I'm swooning in styles, huh, man? Swooning? Me? Oh yes. I don't even feel pain. Right down. Tell me the truth. It's like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think I can do better than that. Come on, I saved that in there, dude. It's G. You guys should be bombing before me. Yeah, bomb before your hero. Larry, you really helped out in this trial today. You did. If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edson would have been unkilled. But seriously, that motor caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But let's ain't off the hook yet. May spot the move, Larry. I'm just the guy sitting in the audience, you know. But from where I was sitting, it seemed pretty edgy. Can you really know if he's playing the through the plot at night? I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Us two? That's what and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me. Yeah, you, Larry. Me? Why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah. Why me, Nick? Yeah, with the silent treatment. What just happened? Why do you trust Mr. Edson so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. So when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? I don't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait. Was that when you two were classmates? Yes, in grade school. They saved me, Miles, and Larry. They saved me and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know. Wow. Hey Larry, what's he talking about? Sorry, I kind of forgot. Okay, I'll do it. I want to hear the story today, and that's fine. Okay. Kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial. A class trial? You remember, Larry? Spring, end of 3rd grade. A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. Ah, I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside. Oh, yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I guess I forget though. We were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with the cold, so I skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in the class. So, they thought you did it? Yeah. The kid in class said I should be put on trial. Trial? So the next day we held a classroom trial with me as the defendant. I didn't do it. Guilty. He did it. Guilty. It was you. Here. Give the money back. You're such a meanie. Don't blame him. It's the meanie you did it. You can't hide the truth. That's the truth. We're not gonna play with you anymore. Yeah, I'm not bringing you fire. It's Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. And then even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad, I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. Objection. He shouldn't have to apologize. Nothing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else is no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs. Miles? It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting when you did it, but no one has any proof. That's why your honor, your honor. Who is even though? Okay, whatever. It's but innocent. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did. He's the one. We don't need proof. Make him say he's sorry. Why don't you all just shut up? But it's always how it is. Everybody ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Very well. I will replace the money myself. That's real, so. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best of friends. I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone, without a friend in the world. You're a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well. I was so lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. But the kind of person I see. If something smells, it's usually the butts. Anyway, as Fred and I talked after that class trial, that's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. Going to become a defense attorney, just like my father. Famous defense attorney. Then a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The DL6 incident. Right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. It's so sad. Several years later, when I heard Edgeworth's name again, there's an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, "Dark suspicions of a demon attorney. Fabricating evidence. Manipulating testimonies. Covering up facts." The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the answer I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I'll just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had become who he became. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean? That's why? That's why I became a defense attorney? Meet Edgeworth? If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. In court. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believe in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Well, Nick. So this is why you have me out for free? Yes. I have you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Oh, Nick. We have to say Miss Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? It very well may be. First, there's the rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. I tell him for who. I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go. Hey pal, long time no see. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. Close one today, eh? I got so worked up I snapped my tie in half. Sorry about that. Top profile. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it. You mean the boss of Caretaker? Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial tomorrow. Oh, great. It's my duty to you as a police officer. Now I'm off to catch me a criminal. I think I'm sure Store is active today. Oh, one other thing. Yeah. No one can go into the woods today. The woods? For a lover's campaign. The woods are off limits campaign and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad. No one can go in for a while. Guess I was in a lot of trouble. Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Okay then I guess. Huh? Still eyesore is missing. Eyesore? I'm saying the hot dog stand is closed too. I guess I'm still busy running about Mr. Head to show up for work. Old Caretaker got away. Yep. Never imagined he might be the real murderer. Ahem. Not clearing of the throat anywhere. Haha, hello. What might you be doing here? Out for a walk. Days of my youth. Need to send for a stamina, you see. Mr. Crossbow. No time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth trial ends tomorrow. That is true, yes. But from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I'm not so sure about that. What do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. If you find anything out, come by my office at once. Maybe I'll offer you some assistance. Thanks. Why? What do you think Mr. Forsberg was doing here anyway? Where's phone? Oh, hello. Hey, it's Polly. Wonder why your arm's gone, Polly. Hello, hello. Believe he'd run off and leave his poor power to vent for assault. Hello, hello. I should take care of Polly, Nick. You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. Polly's know about her anyway. So that I'll do something. Oh, okay. Sorry, Polly. Second take. Great, now the bird's going to hate me. Reminds me, Polly here knows the number to save, right? Yeah, that's right. Well, what's the number to save? 128. It's open, I think. Come on. I'm sure there isn't any money in there. Oh. But hey, he keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of money in there. I'm not so sure. There could be evidence. Bruh, just open it. Okay, let's see what's in there. There might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter. A letter. Oh, boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miss Miles Edgeworth. Okay. Edgeworth? Nick? Why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here? How should I know? I'm going to read the whole thing. Get the revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Paul says this is your last chance. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Well, that's decisive evidence right there. Well, Edgeworth out the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here, in perfect detail. What do you think it means, Nick? I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out dead to it, he was following instructions. But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Mr. Mazzet's word? Goddamn, I can't read. Look, I don't know, okay. One thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. Here. Looks like the Kamshu hasn't come back yet. Kamshu not be coming back today. Oh, really? He said there was some guy here Thursday, but tomorrow was a caretaker. He shouted something about catching him if it's the last thing I do, pal. But Kamshu. And I left Nick. Yeah, I know. Well, no time to waste. Let's get going. Yes, I know. Just need to come here to get to here. Ah. He's out again. When does he work anyway? Oh no, don't be harsh. Guess we'll have to come back later. What the hell? Didn't he? My god. Look as grim as always. Mr. Edsworth, I heard a story about the last trial. Last trial? What do you mean? You didn't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? In 3rd grade. Lunch money? Oh right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it's probably only really mattered to me anyway. Besides, what didn't you know? Trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you'd do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, right? So simple. Well, even. Well, maybe, yeah, but I think it changed too much, that's worth. Perhaps. Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You still look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself in. I really feel like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals. I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good of a person. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. Had to be the shooter, anyway you look at it. Yet he was found innocent. The defense attorney got him off the hook. The Robert Hammond. On that day, 15 years ago, 3 of us were trapped in the elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. claimed Yannick had been not of sound mind due to the oxygen or deprivation. Figures released due to lack of evidence. Innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I decided to hate defense authorities. What's your relationship with Von Karma? He's my teacher and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him. It's like my sister was the unique. The perfectionist in all things. Lord, in his personal life, is obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly. In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved. And not one suspect was declared innocent. Ever. But that's... I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is its job to find the suspect guilty, perfectly. In any case, it's not well impossible to find a weakness in him. If the weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Yes, but if what you're saying is true, we need for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right. There's no time to praise the enemy, Mr. It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit. No kidding. Oh man. Where am I supposed to go? What do you think we should do now, Minor? You would know best, Nick. Just do what you do. That should work. Well, had any good ideas. It's all tied to deal 6 and so we'll find out as much as we can about the murder before tomorrow. Something that happened back then has a hold on Esworth and it won't let go. Please, give on what you're doing, Cholinda. Don't take my Tommy away from me. No. Nasty diverse, I recommend. What? Not possible. The field ended yesterday. They're reading predictions of all the features on Mount Long. That's a bloodbath. Okay. Doesn't it? I mean, everything that happened here turned out to be a lie. But it was a lie, and that charges against Mr. Edsfield were all lies. You're right. I mean, I'm glad the charges were all lies, but still. Today I was pretty happy about saving Mr. Edsfield. True. Got him big. No one's gonna sit here on a cold lake like today, well, unless they were eating a samurai dog. That changes temperature, I wonder. Trouble, no, for me. There's a forest here, but there's the forest, there's someone in there. Right, there's a few policemen in there. So looking for the caretaker. Fuck. Water rental shop, doesn't look like anyone is around. The caretaker must have run for the hills now. Looks like he didn't seem like a bad person. Some boats floating in the dock. Wow, fucking hell, dude. I use this kit. Science truth. Everything's cold. It looks like he didn't turn PC then. He hasn't been back here since the trial. Don't people use a put pictures of piss up on the wall above the button? Yeah, I guess so. Pictures of the piss they called, right? Right. Don't hold up piss on the wall here, look really pretty. Don't know what they say. You just need the one that got away. Said the one that got away was the caretaker. And we did see. Why do I feel like we're having two different conversations here? Well, looks expensive. Get to this, I'm sure. I think the caretaker would mind. Well, we can't just leave it in the middle of the factory next day. Maybe it better not. Ah. What's wrong? Huh? Oh, never mind. But tell me, just when I saw the TV, I remember they're showing Fingerprint special this week. Oh, see, that's why I didn't want to tell you. I present something to you. No! That's a photo of his father, don't show him that! Right. I'm probably never done to dress up those memories. That's it. Nothing. It's worth. She's out there. It came out of the safe in the shack where the Poultry rental caretaker lives. You see. Revenge on me? Who is that old guy anyway? I don't know. Could he be an innocent defendant who got declared guilty or something? Nice, right? But I don't remember that old man. Not at all. So he was following this letter then. Which means there was someone else behind it. Now it's time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men, meaning myself and Robert Hammond. It also says this is your last chance. Last chance. Maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations onto the 06 incident. Wait, that old man. What is it? You know who is it? Who is? Yogi. Could he be Yogi? Yogi. The suspect in the DL6 incident. The one who was found innocent. Why would... Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in the elevator together 15 years ago. Quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long it felt like forever. Earth thinned and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled. Help, I can't breathe. Quiet, I said quiet, you're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help, get us out. Don't shout, you'll just use up more oxygen. That's all I remember. I came to. I was the only stopwatch staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed oxygen deprivation and searched to cause temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court, and Yogi was found innocent. Isn't that strange? said that tells him to get revenge on you too. Why would he want to take revenge on you? Right? Yeah. There's something that has been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you. Give me the nightmare. I think the time has come to tell all. For the last 15 years I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time. What kind of dream? It's a dream about my father's killing in the dark. Help, I can't breathe. I can't breathe, you guys are using up my air. What? Stop breathing my air, I'll stop you. What? What are you? Stop breathing my air. No, father. Taking father. And I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In days I pick up the pistol. Get away. Get away from my father. Bang. Ah. Like. And with that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years. What? That's just a dream, right? Right? That thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father. What? If you think about it that way, this letter makes sense. The revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me. Wait, Edgeworth, you mean it was me? I was the true criminal of DL6. I shot my father. It's bad. What are you going to do, Nick? What can we do? I don't know. I don't think there's anything we can do. Like it or not. There's someone else who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, maybe. There is Nick. There's someone else who knows about DL6. It's that case that changed my life. Tomorrow on December 28th, it's the Statute of Limitations runs out. But even if the case is finally closed on paper, it will never be erased from my memory. Ever. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. Larry showed me this picture for for no reason. You know, I was impressed by your reduction throughout the day. Granted, you were at the end of your rope, but still. I think he noticed. Haha. Okay. There you are. The crossbow. Hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled. No kidding, I can't believe you're not. Oh my mind. Calm down and tell me what happened. It's Mr. Edgeworth. I see. That's what dreamed he shot his own father. It's only a dream, only a dream. I wonder. But if that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled? Well, also consider this. He quite certainly holds a deep cards against Miles Edgeworth. So deep he'd want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream, it was real. As you imagined, Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired, and the deed was done. No, I don't believe it. Yogi was suspected of murder, and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus, he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It was his last chance, of course, with the statues of limitations so close. What do you know about Edgeworth's father? He was a defense attorney without peer. It sounds trite, but it's true. Well, he may have had one peer now that I think about it. Your mentor, FA. My sister? Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques. That's no surprise. Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. The result, he has a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods. And he lost. And died in despair, as it were. I see. When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on a spirit medium. That was your mother, Misty Faye. I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi. Yet Yogi was found innocent. That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud. That's right, everyone thought she was, you see. Yet, now that I think about it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's host. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him. Believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? But Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son? It's only a possibility, mind you. But a possibility nonetheless. Well then. What the fuck am I supposed to do now then? Of course there's nothing here. What am I supposed to do? I guess this. Oh, so this is the letter. It just seemed that Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond. But why kill Robert Hammond? There was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake, but for his own. Don't say. He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability. But he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter? Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He wanted the innocent verdict for no one but himself. He was a free man, but socially, he was rude. Huh? Don't understand soon enough. Wait. Setter. I've seen his handwriting somewhere before, a long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this? Maybe it was in Yogi. When he wrote himself this that and followed his own instructions. Yeah, I guess that's what happened. Perhaps you think Yogi has personality. I guess definitely a possibility, yes. No, I think not. I don't know this Yogi in any case. There's no way I would recognize his handwriting. Alright, that's right. Let's hear again. Could it be Manfred from Karma? From Karma? Why would he have something to do with this? Well, I'm not sure. Karma. Wait, you're right, my boy. He's from Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. I see it all the time in court reports. What? But that means... The one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was... correct, Manfred from Karma himself. What does this mean then? Why would one Karma want to frame Edsved? Gregory Edsved. He was a gifted man. He said was truly on us. I wonder what would have become of one Karma were he alive. This incident took place 15 years ago tomorrow. So tomorrow we will see the completion of not one but 2 trials. All thanks to the tattoo documentations. However, I'm afraid the damage to the 6 and the sun will never be eased. If it really was from Karma who wrote this letter, he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edsved had accidentally killed his own father. He'll say as much tomorrow in the court, I should think. He'll press the point until the court finds Miles Edsved guilty. No. But how could one Karma know about Mr. Edsved's past like that? Even Mr. Edsved thought it was just a nightmare. That I do not know. Yet I do know that one Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edsved by hurting his son. What do you mean? And 15 years ago, one Karma met Gregory Edsved in court, and one Karma did win. But he didn't make it through the trial unscarred. What happened in the trial between Edsved's dad and one Karma? Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial. Gregory Edsved accused one Karma of faulty evidence. And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edsved's accusation stood. Faulty evidence was the only penalty one Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edsved dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Wow. Must have been quite a shock for one Karma. On vacation for several months after that, you see. Vacation. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. Really? He doesn't take vacations? Like go to sea or the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe. You have strange ideas about vacations, man. In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot. But if he wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation? What do we do, Nick? When Karma is going to bring up DL6, you can bet on it. If that's what pleads guilty to DL6, I won't let him. Yes, Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but you're an excellent murderer is murder, you know? I know that. I just believe in Edsved's innocence. I can't believe he'd kill someone. But Nick, Edsved admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave. I don't care. I know he's not guilty. Mr. Wright. If you say so, I suppose I would go check again. Boys files might hold something of interest. Mr. Grossberg, thank you. I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim. I understand. Close materials. There's hardly anyone here. Or must be out looking for the old guy, Yuki. Ah, it's you. I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for someone. I think Gumshoe's planning the pavement for real. We were wondering if we could check out the record room again. Well, now I can't have just anyone wandering around in there. But I guess Mr. Von Karma is in there now anyway. We can go in as long as he's there. Von Karma? Yes, he's starved actually. Karma's in the record room. Hey, let's hurry! Oh man. But as always, we're only here just yesterday. I'm sure they just haven't had time to clean. What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I just know that he isn't here. Karma. There are quite lots. Wow, these are all case reports. Yeah, the graveyard of those cases. My sister's case report is in here too. I quietly gathering dust. There are shelves stuffed with case files in the back of the room too. Forgotten cases rotting away for eternity. Let's get what we need and get out of here. All this is getting. Looks like there are files inside this glass case. Case so dusty I can see what's inside. It's locked. I must keep confirming the case files in there. The drawers here is open. Must have been looking at it recently. The label says unsolved cases, evidence. Unsolved cases. Eek. The file for deal 6 is completely empty. What? What are you doing here? Von Karma. You. How do you know my name? Well. Have we met? What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Mousehead's first defense team. Defense team? I beg your pardon, you see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. God, fucking hell. They're like bugs to me, needless things to be crushed. You can see how this guy was its first mentor. Mr. Edsworth is your student, right? A romanticist who still can't shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father, always second-rate. Mr. Karma. You had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edsworth, didn't you? Your words against the mere defense attorney? Why? You see now the blow your otherwise perfect trial record. So you did. But what I don't get is, why did you take his son under your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival. That, my dear attorney, is none of your business. Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, he will lose in the end. Massachusetts will admit his own guilt. His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean? You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly, you must understand. You know what Massachusetts will tell the court tomorrow. Alright. Von Karma is going to bring up the DLC. Bring up DL6 in court tomorrow. Fucking hell, dude. Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yogi to commit murder. Yogi. 3 years has it been since I've heard him called the fool. I told him to burn it after he read it. So you admit it? You brought Mr. Yogi to Zelda. Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You've saved me from a lot of needless hassle. What? Nick, what is that thing? Stun gun. For self-defense, usually. Themed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a duck touching an electric fence. 600,000? Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it. Usually. Now give me the letter. No. No. Whoa, what are you? Nick, run! Ah, yeah. Out of my way. Wow. Well, I guess we lost that evidence. Fuck. Guns. Letters. Gun, of course. He took the deal 6 evidence. All of it. Back to having no clues. Wait. Item first. Yeah. Is she okay? Maya. Yeah. Open your eyes. Yeah. Letter. Did you take it? Huh? Oh, yeah. Are you okay? I couldn't stop it. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me at most. I'm useless. Not good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now when I need her the most. Wish I hadn't woken up at all. And that's shit. Oh, yeah. There has to be some way I can help her. Better do something about her self-confidence first. Maya, she's holding something. What is that? A bullet? Yes, evidence number 7 taken from the heart of Gregory itself. I remember. When Carmen was holding this when Maya jumped. Well then, I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you for tomorrow. Okay. Why not 8 will? My eyes are getting too tired of this though. Or like, my mind overall, so I think I'll just go to the first Xbox and save. Judgment Day. And call it there for today.